Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. Today we're going to do reinstalling an aftermarket cooler when it's been put on in the wrong direction. Now there's nothing saying that it's actually in the wrong direction because it can go on whatever way you choose. However, my choice is to put it on blowing toward the exhaust fan of the case. So let's get to it. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of information on the aftermarket cooler, it's called a Gammaxx 400. It's a silent 120 millimeter power management fan with a blue LED light. So it goes in with the motherboard that I've chosen. It's a blue color scheme. So it's going to go on that. And unfortunately it was put on the wrong way. So I thought it'd be a good time to make a video and show you how to put it on the correct way. But as I've said before, there is no wrong way, just my way. Which could be arguably wrong. So here we go. Okay, so this is a look at the fan the way it is now. And I want to turn it to the right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So as you can see, this is the direction that the fan is facing now. There's where the back of the motherboard will go towards your case. And we want to have it pointing this direction and not where it's at now. Okay, so you've got 4 connectors for your motherboard that secures your cooler on. One here, here, and there's 2 on the other side. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove those and just pull, all we have to do is just pull them straight up. Okay, so I hope you heard that. And see that pops right up? This one pops up. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So what we can do is we'll take the fan off to give you a better look. So you just pull in this little tab here, and that will release the one on the other side. Actually, you could probably just pull that right across. There we go. And this little notch down here where it's connected, we have to pull that off to just take it off. And just wiggle it a little bit, come off no problem. So we're just going to set that aside for now. So now you can see the other 2 connectors, and we're just going to pull those up, and that's it. So once you've released those, all you have to do is just carefully pull this up, make sure these are all out. If they're not, you just try it again, make sure, and there, it just lifts right off. And as you can see, this is the thermal paste that was on there, so we'll have to clean that off, and the thermal paste on the CPU, we'll have to clean that off too. Right? So to clean that off, all you need is a little bit of rubbing alcohol and clean off both of them, and then we'll reapply the thermal paste, and we'll put it back on in the direction that we want it to go. Okay, so just to show you, this is rubbing alcohol. Okay, it's actually 95% ethanol. You can find it in most drugstores. And I just use a little bit of piece of paper towel just to keep it clean. I'll dab it with some alcohol. And then we're just going to rub it on the CPU very gently and carefully. And we'll do the same thing with the cooler. So I'll show you both of those. Okay, so we're just going to take it like this. Okay, just quick dab. Doesn't need much. I just do it a couple times to make sure it's on there. Don't touch it with your finger. So you want to keep that nice and clean. Okay, so we just gently wipe. See it come off. So I just kind of switch sides. And then you can just double it up and go with the other clean side here. So you want to get it really nice and clean. Now, I've got a little bit on here, just a little bit. So we're going to take a couple seconds and I'm just going to quickly do that and clean that out. Okay, so now we got that part nice and clean. Now we're going to move on to the cooler. We're going to take off the thermal paste from the cooler and then we'll reapply it. And I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, so that'll give you a little bit better look at this. So I'm just going to hold on to this real nice and tight, and we're just going to rub, and we're just going to try and get that all off. And we're just going to switch this around a little bit. All right. You want to make sure you get all that off. And just rub it, make sure you got everything nice and clean. So those spaces are normal. That's actually a silver color. All right. And again, you can see the little connectors that fasten in onto your motherboard. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to reapply the paste, thermal paste, and get it all ready to go. Okay. So this is the Arctic Silver thermal paste. Now I prefer Arctic Silver. There are many different types that you can get, and they all do basically the same job. Some are a little bit better than others. That's for another video. So when you put your thermal paste on, there's many different schools of thought of how you can apply it. I like to make sure that it kind of does a cross section, and there's a different point of view for everybody to tell you how to put it on. Now we're also going to apply this to the CPU. Basically, because I've already got it on the cooler, I'm just going to do a little dab, just a little bit, and that's plenty. You don't need any more than that. When you put the two of them on, what will happen is that will spread across the CPU and it'll give you good coverage. You don't have to rush. Like once you put this on, you've got some time. There's no need to like panic or anything like that. So the next thing you got to do is orientate your fan to the way you now want it. So this is going to be the back of our case. So when you have it on, I want to have it so when it's on here, the fan will be able to go this way. All right. So you got the four little holes here on your motherboard, and that's where these have to sit into. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Once you have your little pins over your hole, all it takes is just push down. You can hear that little snap. I usually go corner to corner. Yeah, I think you heard that one. So just repeat that for all four corners, and then we'll show you the end result. So once you push down on all four corners, you want to make sure that it's actually securely fastened to the board. So it's safe to pick it up by the cooler. So you can just tip it up and try and get this at an angle. I'll have to move the camera maybe a little bit. All right, so what you can do is look, and if you see these little pins, but they poke through your motherboard. Okay, there's four of them. See if I can show you these ones here, here, and one here. Basically what happens is when that pin pokes through, it should be level with the white. And that tells you that it's actually secure to the board. Okay, so you want to check each and every one of them. And as long as each one of them shows you that little bit of black on your motherboard, then you should be good to go. So, and once you know that's on there, then you've secured your cooler to your motherboard. So we're just going to put that back down. Now, just to show you, if you turn your motherboard around, so now when we look at our fan, its orientation, as compared with the back where the motherboard is going to be, you can put your fan on this side, or you can put it on that side. Okay, typically I'm going to put it on this side, and then when it blows out, it's going to hit the back of the case and your rear exhaust. So it's going to push through here, and then it's going to pull it out from your rear exhaust. It's commonly referred to push-pull. You can have two fans on here, one on this side and another one on this side to do the same thing and just give you more airflow, but really one is all that's required. So that's it. And again, the only thing that's left is just to put your fan back on. we'll do that right quick. As you can see, you got your little things here, these clips. And those clips, when you put it on here, right, they'll clip into this side. So it's a little tricky sometimes, but once you got it in there, there, see how that just clipped in place? Actually, you probably didn't, but I'm going to turn this around a little bit so you can. So here's our pin right here. Okay, so I'll just show you that again. So it just clicks in there. Make sure they're both nice and snug, and then do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going to turn the motherboard again, carefully. I'll try and show you this one this time. It's a little difficult. No. So if that comes out, don't worry about it. There's a little hole on the top and on the bottom. Hopefully I'm showing that to you. Okay, so once you've got it on the top and bottom, all you have to do is pull this again. Now you want to adjust your fan to make sure it's at the right height. And it should just pop right in place. And there you go. So now your fan is nice and secure to your cooler. And then this is your power. That's how you're going to get power. Now this is a 4 slot. Now you have to find your CPU cooler pinout on your motherboard. And I'll find that for you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so if you look here, try and get the little camera in there as best I can. Okay, if you look on here, you'll notice you've got this little slot. And if you look on here, you'll see the same one. So when you're putting this on your motherboard, you want to line those up. Make sure that you got your pins in the holes. I apologize if this doesn't show up quite as well as I'm hoping it will. Okay, so once it lines up, it just pushes down in place. Okay, a little snug, but that's the idea. So now you can see I've kind of I tied this off, and that'll keep it from moving around in your case, and it just helps to provide cable management. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Now I hope that's helped you. As I said, the fan is here. So here's your fan. The air is going to come in through here. It's going to come out through the back, which will be your back of your case. You'll have a rear exhaust on this side. So you'll push from one side and then you pull from this side. And that'll exhaust all your air out the back of your case. And of course, usually you'll have more than one fan on your case. So I hope that's helped somebody. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. And I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Thank you. If you like this video, hit that like. Hit the dislike if you don't like it. Leave me a comment either way. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.